Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of Test Pack Please Ignore 2. Today we are going to be working on this right here. We are going to be making enough vibrant capacitors to store 1 billion RF. Each vibrant capacitor bank stores 25 million, and so for my calculations we'll need 40 to store a whole billion of RF. And so I've gotten most of the materials here. I'm currently making some of the vibrant alloy because I didn't quite have enough, as well as in this chest here I have what we need for everything but the octadic capacitors so far. So mainly today we're going to be crafting those and then hopefully able to craft 40 vibrant capacitor banks. Now this is going to be part 1 of this special. I'm going to call it a special just because we're not going to do crazy stuff like this that often. But we're going to take this in 2 parts just because it will take a while to craft all this stuff and make the rest of the alloys that I need, as well as placing down all 40 in whatever spot I choose down here. 40 isn't going to take up too much room, but we're gonna try and do some neatening up of this place and making the walls look a bit nicer, at least for the area we put it. Right now I have my reactor turned off just because I guess I could turn it on. It's not going to waste that much power, but I'm not using enough power right now to justify turning it on just because I'm only running the alloy smelter and a couple of machines over here, whereas normally I'd run the digital miner, but I'm out of storage. To make the vibrant alloys, it's just an energetic alloy with an ender pearl. Whoops. Energetic alloy are pretty simple. I think that's gold, redstone dust, and glowstone dust. I'm just going to give you a preview of, in 2 episodes, what we're going to be doing is applied energistics. I have crafted a bunch of drives, some crafting storage, some ME drives, and some blank patterns to use towards that, just because there's a lot of crafting and presses and stuff that needs to be done before we can do that, and it just takes a while. I will show you more about how I did that and how they work and stuff in that episode or 2. It might take 2 episodes for that again, so that might be a special also. We will see. So I'm just going to make up some more alloy and get some of the crafting recipes set up here. What's really cool is I have these half slab crafting stations, and all 3 of these connect to this chest here. And if you're wondering why there's Industrial Craft 2 stuff in this chest and then Industrial Craft machines over there, last night me and a friend were going to play together and we decided to make 2 ender quarries, 1 for each of us. And so I ended up doing that off camera. I'll show you a bit about that here. The ender quarry is quite complex here. It takes over 9,000 copper for this one, and just really complex. I think you have to have beaten the wither, yeah, to get the unstable ingots and stuff, unless you find a division sigil in a loot chest, so it's quite complex to make that. However, I was looking at it, and in Test Pack Please Ignore 2, it adds this second recipe here for industrial craft items, and it's really easy. It just uses iron gears, which are iron, and let's see here, gold gears and diamond gears, and a piece of redstone. That was really easy. The hardest part was the diamond drill, which wasn't too bad, just iron plates, and then this thing here. It was surprisingly easy to craft. Making it into a diamond drill was a bit difficult. It only required 3 diamonds, but this iron turning blank has to be made in a turning table, and to make the rods for the turning table you need a metal former, and I didn't have that, and then to power that you needed a generator or something, and so I had to make that also, as well as an electric kinetic generator to I guess convert the power from the generator into power that the turning table could use. Then you have to make the lathing tool, as well as the actual presses for it and stuff like that. So once I figured it out, it wasn't too bad, but it did take a while. It probably took about an hour and a half just to make those 2. But now that I know how, and I have like all the machines I need, it should go fast if we ever do make another one. But what we'll probably do before we make a second ender quarry, I don't know if we'd ever really need one, is just make some speed upgrades for it to make it go faster, as well as expand our big reactor so it could power it, because with, I'm trying to think here, I think with 2 speed upgrades it's somewhere, so like the second level speed upgrade, it's somewhere in the 20,000 RF per tick. I'm not sure though, and then I know there's I don't know if it's the base level or the first speed upgrade level, that's 3000 RF per tick, and then there's another one that's like, I want to say over 100,000 RF per tick. That's the last speed upgrade, and so we would need a lot of power for that. So we could technically do it if we made a big enough power bank, because if it was around 100,000 RF per tick, that's 20, that's 2 million per second, which would still only give us about, I think, 500 seconds based off of 2 times 500 is, yeah, so we'd have about 500 seconds, which would be, I think, 8 minutes, 8 to 9 minutes on 1 billion RF power bank. So yeah, we're definitely gonna make a big reactor for that. We might even make a steam turbine just because those are a little bit more efficient and stuff like that. Although I'm not too worried about efficiency, because even though like I don't have a ton of Yellorium yet, it's not going to be hard to get if I wanted to just mine that with the digital miner, which is probably still my favorite. I think I still like that a little bit more than the Ender Quarry, just because of the fact that you can select specific stuff and you can silk touch it using just the built-in GUI and stuff like that, as well as that makes it easy to get ice and stuff. You can just set it down next to ice. But other than that, I think I'll work some more on the alloy, and then I'll meet you guys in a second. Okay everyone, welcome back. So I've made some of the recipes for the basic capacitor there, as well as the double layer capacitor, which you then turn into the octadic capacitor. And so I've just laid those recipes out so you can kind of see what they are. And so I have myself organized. And so far it looks like I may be a bit short on the energetic alloy as well as glowstone dust, but we'll take care of that when the time comes. So for now, we will just make 64 of those. Let's see if we have enough stuff in our inventory to make another 64 and another 64. This is a lot of capacitors. And let's try another 64. Okay, that looks like about all we can make for now. Then what we do is we take these and we put them in this one, and we'd craft 64 double layer capacitors. And so for that, what are we missing? What are we missing? Coal dust. And energetic alloy is going to go right here. And so basically we take the coal dust and the basic capacitors, and that makes the double layer capacitor there. Let's see, we have, wait a second, we're missing some more energetic alloy. Yeah, I think I might have to make more of this, we'll see. So there's 64 times 2, so 128 double layer capacitors. And then you take those down here with some glowstone and vibrant alloy. And once I can pick that up, you get octadic capacitors. There is 64 of those, which is enough for 16 of the vibrant capacitor banks, which I think are the biggest in capacitor banks in Ender.io from what I was looking at. Let's check here. So there's the capacitor bank, which is just 5 million. Let's see over here. So basic capacitor bank 1 million, capacitor bank is 5 million, and the vibrant is 25 million RF. Let's see here, capacitor bank. What would it be if we were to make these? Okay, so it's not actually too much easier, except for the fact that you don't have to make octadic capacitors, but besides that, it's not that much easier. So yeah, I think it was worth it that we just used the biggest ones, because it also makes it more compact and easy to expand in the future. So I'm going to just craft the rest of these off camera then, because it will take a bit, especially if I run low on resources and have to get more. But I'll be back with you guys shortly. Hello everyone, and welcome back. I think I may finally have everything I need to make 40 vibrant capacitor banks. So let's see here. There we go, 40 of them. So 4 times 25 is 100 plus. So that's 100 million, 1 billion. I keep double checking my calculations because I don't want to be an idiot and like have completely calculated this wrong or something like that. But yeah, 1 billion. Holy cow. So as you can see here, this is a multi-block structure. So the more I add, it says 75 million right now. It'll go up to 100 million there. And so that's how that works, is they all connect together to make one giant, basically, battery. So I ended up having more stuff than I needed. I did end up buying some glowstone from the admin shop in /B, just because the nether is rated so much since this is a new server and there's a lot of people playing that need glowstone. There's not a whole lot of glowstone, along with, what was the other thing there's not a whole lot of? Nether quartz. So I did buy some nether quartz for that applied energist thing, as well as glowstone dust for this. But other than that, I get like the ores myself and stuff like that. I definitely don't buy them. Especially redstone, I get a lot of digital mined redstone and stuff like that. So yeah, I've just bought nether quartz and glowstone mainly for the last couple of things. Oh, as well as the ender pearls. I did buy the ender pearls from there because, as you might have seen in a couple of episodes earlier, I got wrecked in the end and I tried a couple times and it's just impossible because the endermen are either invisible or they have some other kind of power that makes them have a ton of health or whatever. Either way, it's just way too hard to kill the enderman. So yeah. I did get a hopper going up here, and the nice part about that is you can put like ender pearls in there, since ender pearls only stack to 16, and if you had like a full stack of energetic alloy here, but only 16 ender pearls, you have to refill it every 4 times just for 64 of the vibrant alloy, and so I put the ender pearls up here and it actually works, so that was really nice. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to get some stone bricks to make that room where we're going to put the capacitor bank look a little bit nicer. I love this advanced factory. One thing I'm really excited for is the applied energistics storage system, because I have never used the crafting part of that where you can set up auto crafting and stuff like that, so I totally want to use that. Let's see here. I think this is how you make stone bricks. Yep. And then, if I recall, 4 of these makes... No, they don't. I thought you could make something else with it, but whatever. I didn't need that. There. Is this going to be enough for now, at least? I don't think it will. Whoops. We'll come back upstairs to get those as needed. So now, let's go downstairs and see what we can do about this capacitor bank. My reactor is just slowly draining on power. I have my digital miner turned off, but actually it's now building up power even though I'm getting less than 1000 RF per tick. I'm just letting the core cool off and stuff like that, use up all the yellorium, because I'm going to probably move it. I kind of like it there, I kind of don't. So either way, there's going to be adjustments made because I'm going to make it bigger. It's 5 by 5 by 5 right now. I'm going to make it at least 7 by 7 by probably 9, or maybe 11 deep and then 7 by 7. We'll see here. For now, that's going to unpower the stuff up there. That's okay. Let's get rid of some of this enhanced conduit. This enhanced conduit can transfer 5000 RF per tick, which is enough for those machines. However, I use the vibrant conduit, or whatever the step above this is, for my digital miner and tesseracts and stuff like that, because that can transfer 20,000 just in case I needed that. So I think what we're going to do here is directly behind the reactor, we're going to go and dig this out. I probably can leave the floor because I'm going to have the battery bank in here. So it's 40, so let's do, what would a good dimension for that be? 5 by 4 by 2. That sounds pretty good. So what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5. Okay, that's a bit big. It doesn't seem like a whole lot of battery capacitors, or I guess capacitors, but that is because they are the highest tier capacitor in Ender IO and probably one of the highest tier battery or power storage available, like single block. So that's really cool. I'm sure there's a couple things more than that, like maybe the resonant stuff from thermal expansion, but this stuff's pretty easy to make, and so I just decided to go for it. I also like how it all connects into one bank. So I'm building this into the floor. Eventually I'll probably build it up, but even though it looks awful, I don't like the texture on this compared to the 1.6.4 TPPI texture, but yeah, it's not my favorite. Let's see here. I got 10 more, that's because I did this wrong. There we go. Let's let that update. It says max IO is 1 million, and then max input is 1 million RF per tick. Holy cow, max output is 1 million RF per tick, and as you can see here, 0 out of 1 billion power. Yes, I'm so happy for that. So I have plenty of reactor power taps here. I'm just going to go get some of this conduit here to feed the capacitor bank, just so that can fill up decently quick, as well as some yellorium, and we'll see how many hours it'll take my current big reactor to fill that up. This still has some power in it. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna drain pretty quick. Oh well, we'll have it plugged in and stuff in no time. Let's see. There's 5. I know I have like 40. Oh, it's probably out in the chest for this. We're gonna take that power monitor, although I think that might be kind of like a throttle, almost throttle our system. Or I guess restricted, just because I'm pretty sure there's a limit of how much can go through that at a time. And I'm completely missing where I put the stupid conduit. Where in the world? Okay, I'll be right back. There we go, it was just in this chest here, of course, in the armor chest, why not? Yeah, whatever. Anyways, I think that's all we need. I'm excited for this. Not as excited as I am for applied energistics, but I'm still excited. That's a bit more power per tick than I thought I generated. I thought I generated around 3,000, but that's the more the merrier, I guess. There we go. Let's get this power tap hooked up. Hopefully I'm not doing anything because like industrial craft machines will blow up if you connect the wrong cable or wrong power to them, but this seems fine. Look at that. Yes. That is cool. 20,000 RF per tick through this cable. This is probably draining my big reactor really, really fast. Yeah, this isn't going to be able to keep up because it's transferring 20,000 per tick and it's only generating 3,500 per tick. Yep. Well, I'll just let this generate. I ended up doing this all in one episode. I thought I would have to split it into 2 episodes, but it went a lot quicker than I thought. Look at that. Almost 13 million RF, and there's barely a sliver in there. We're getting 3,500, yeah, per tick. That makes sense. That is cool. I just hope a creeper doesn't come along and blow stuff up, although I'm hoping explosions are turned off on your claims. I know there's a command to do that, but I forgot what it was. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know what it is for this server. I also upgraded this tesseract here. Sorry about that, a bit of block lag, or not block lag. There we go, finally. With one of these lock things you can actually make, and it allows you to make it so only you can access it, which is nice, otherwise people could tap into your power system. That's why I had it only hooked up to my reactor and not like a battery, because if I had it hooked into something like this without that lock on it, people could steal tons of power. Look at that go. I'm excited. I want to see where the stripe is, because there's generally a stripe showing you how much capacity there is in the bank filled up. Let's see here. Maybe not, maybe it's different in this version. Whatever. We'll just fill this in with stone brick anyways. I'm so excited. I could put 2 power taps, which is what I'll eventually do on the back here, and have them both going into this, because this can accept 1,000,000 per tick, I think. And so once we upgrade the reactor and can supply 40,000 per tick, we'll do that, and that will be amazing. But for now, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.